Hey people of the interwebs, it is Q with another scuba diving adventure. Sunday morning, 5 minutes after 7, and it's gone a little bit overcast. Could be an interesting day today. I was in communication with quite a few fellow divers from up and down the coast here, and they are all quite interested in coming out for a dive in Caloundra this morning. So we'll find out who turns up and how many turn up once we get down to the coast. Our dive site of choice was Moffat Beach, and as we entered the water, it looked as though the weather was clearing up slightly, which was good news. Joining me and my buddy Gordon on this dive were Richard, Stefan, Sarah, Jared and Chris. The first disappointment of this dive was the visibility. It had reduced considerably from the previous weekend. Regardless, we dropped into 4.5 meters of water, which is 14.7 feet. And I checked that all my dive buddies were okay, and we moved off in search of adventure. The second disappointment of this dive was almost instantly noticeable: the lack of marine life. I'm not sure whether the lack of viz was stopping me spotting things, or whether everything had just moved out of the area for the day. I did get a little bit excited as I approached a soft coral. There was an unusual shape just behind it, but as I got closer, more disappointment. It turned out to be the base of a palm frond. An interesting thing I spotted on this dive were these little sand constructions. They looked like little mini smokestacks, and I'm not sure what creature has created these, but the engineering is fantastic. The way this construction is putting up with the wave action and the constant sandblasting as the sand moves over the bottom to stay upright and not get knocked over, that's pretty good in my book. One of the instructions I always include in my dive brief is that once the diver gets to 100 bar of air, they should let me know, at which point I'll give the signal that we are turning around and heading home. I'm getting a heading here to make sure that we're going in the right direction. The average viz on this dive was about 4 meters, but in patches it dropped down to 2 or 3. And it was at these moments that I'd stop and check that everybody was still with their buddy and following the group. As you can see, Sarah and Jared are holding hands, and there's nothing wrong with that. In some really bad viz conditions, I've been in a situation where I've had to link arms with the diver next to me, or even have a rope pass between divers. Remembering, of course, that safety is the #1 priority when diving, and you do whatever you need to do to make sure everyone gets back safely. Obviously, this little nudibranch didn't get the memo that everybody was moving out for the day, and this was pretty much the only marine life that we spotted. As we got into shallower water, the visibility dropped even further, but that was okay because we were right at our exit point.
Alright people, remember what I said about the step. Use the waves to lift you up. Keep walking, the waves will pull... No, you've got to get your fins off out there, out of the surf zone.
I started.
Oh, YouTube's gonna love this! Yeah. Okay, wait for the waves to lift you up.
Total dive time was 45 minutes, the water temperature was 22 degrees Celsius, which is 71.6 Fahrenheit, and our max depth was 6.1 meters.
You know, compared to what we've had over the last couple of weekends, that's the worst it's been. But, you know, yeah.
If you've enjoyed this scuba diving adventure with Q and you'd like to see some more, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like on your favourite videos, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. As soon as I see them, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and take it easy.